Door in yours, right? Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let's see if I can go 5 minutes without being bothered. Hold up. Do not enter. Going in. Somehow.
Feels like...
Gods, what do I tell Sylvia? What do I tell the children? It's not bad enough that their mother a little earlier and you'd have beaten the other bandits to my crops. But I guess that's on you, isn't it? Ah, finally! Someone who cares about something other than themselves. When they ran away, I saw them following the river north. They're probably hiding up there, waiting to steal from someone else. You come back with my crops, and I'll give you whatever I can. You can't put a price on survival. Here we go. You're mine now. We got them all.
Holy dumpy, bro. I'm never going inside that building. Where am I at? BMS Avowed. Any more?
Unseen, unheard.
Fine, great hammer. What's up? I missed.
Let's go.
Xbox saldo.
Next one's mine.
We're gaming. I'm surprised I got up.
You showed up at a bad time.
Nico. You showed up at a bad time.
Word of advice: give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giata's about to tear that poor man a
I'm gonna
new
go my
one.
nose. This is my own time walking away. Okay. Now put my kettle on. Agiata?
One of our animancers. She's bright as a spark, but a mite confrontational. She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancers fighting? This I have to see.
This isn't the first time Giata's put the governor in his place, but it might be the last.
Yes, yes. Maybe she could help me look for to consult with an animancer.
The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language.
Holy. Don't you work
I
for
was
him?
hoping to learn some local curses.
Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when animancers fight.
I'm on that good kush and alcohol. Good kush alcohol. What's up?
Ah, the Emperor's envoy. Come to interfere in Steel Garrote business again?
That depends. Are you doing something that requires my interference?
Certainly not. Besides, I have no more business in Fjord. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy.
I suppose the Valerians don't like Adarians telling them their own business.
If their experiments are affecting Adirian interests, this is our business. And when the time comes, the Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of those interests.
What are you talking about?
We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
She's as subtle as a broadside.
Does subtle mean something different outside of Solace?
You weren't eating this, were you?
The
Sure you
steel
went.
garrote are never far.
The steel garrote and never far.
Can I
Hello, Albert.
welcome to
Albert.
Poria in Velino, the finest legitimate apothecary of Emerald Stair.
Yes. How's business going?
5 summers ago, business was thriving. But now charlatans are selling crystals and essence enlargers in the streets. Add rumors of Dream Scourge and everyone is buying from these swindlers. At least you've come in.
You could profit by selling some such products yourself, too.
Oh, I could, easily. But in the long run, where would that get me? I would be no better than them. I used to believe
shopkeeper with
animancers
merit.
would trust science, but I'm beginning to doubt that. At least I don't have to convince you.
What do you got? Ooh. Exceptional dagger. Awakened Adria. Breaks down into Adria. No lockpicks. Like you're here to just waste my time. A gate.
All
thanks, I'm
ingredients are
full.
fully stocked.
It wasn't yours, was it? Beautiful Hector. Nice, they're gone.
Genuine healing crystals, pureness, wake up your soul with a morning crystal.
Oh, you startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the Dream Scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead.
What prayer were you reciting just now?
I was calling on the spirits of the recently dead to follow the guidance of Bareth, god of death. I am asking the spirits to forgive us for our negligence and continue on their way without anger. The dead of Fjord expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
Imagine if years of problems that get you too busy to complete the rituals.
Exactly the case. With everything happening and my own advanced age, I have had trouble
So
keeping
one way to
up.
call it.
Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the
I'll have a
cycle.
beef and cheddar, please.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone, they bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
Did you steal this fruit from the town larders?
I did, yes. With things the way they are, there was no other way to get what I need for the ritual. If I didn't think this was important, I wouldn't have taken the food. But this ritual is the key to everything. I know Elena would understand how important it is to pay tribute to the dead.
If this will help Fjord's problems, then I suppose it's all worth it.
I believe it will change everything for the better. I believe it with all my heart.
I think you're just wasting
The
food.
crops will grow again. The Dream Scourge will end. All will be well once more.
I do expect payment for this ridiculous scheme.
Do it for whatever reason you like, as long as it gets done. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast.
Whose bodies rest up there?
Loggers from the old days. They sacrificed themselves to make the land habitable and lost their lives to creatures of the untamed forest. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here.
Whose spirits wander near the swamp?
They buried the bodies of settlers there, intrepid sorts that tried to tame the farther reaches of Emerald Stair's wilds.
And what can you tell me about the final grave?
Such a tragedy. A young family lost their lives there as the wilds encroached, swallowed before they could even flee.
Maybe this will help you find some peace as well.
That is the least of my worries. But yes, bringing closure to the recent dead will finally allow me a good night's sleep. I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
He's chill with it. More antics soon, huh?
Giata, what's the meaning of this?
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home. How can you ignore what's right in front of you?
Giata.
The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
Redonk at your service.
Charmed. Forgive me for staring. It's just, we don't see many of your kind anymore.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Tempers are high, but I don't see any assassins. Yet.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
Excuse me, but I'm talking to this captivating young lady.
Did you hear that, Ignacy? You should be taking
My
notes.
tea is done.
Ah, of course. The Adiran envoy.
Oh. Alright then, Governor.
Ambassador Hilgard sent a missive telling me to expect you. How delightful. You speak with a measure of authority, but I caution you to remember who's in charge around here.
Now that's what I call a first impression. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now our farms.
That's why I'm here. Perhaps an animancer can help me stop it.
Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
I like her already.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
Difficult to ignore dying fire and just start starving.
As usual, Giata never misses a chance to slander me. I don't ignore her concerns, only her methods.
And you still do nothing. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Giata from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
Let me take her off her hands, make sure nothing goes wrong.
I see you're unfamiliar with animancy. You don't appreciate just how dangerous that could
I'll be fine, bro.
Are you going to tell him about
Put
your
the animancy in the
family's
bag, bro.
basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
If we work together, I wouldn't stand between you and your ambitions.
Really? Unexpected from an Adiran. But how could I refuse an offer like that? Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Chatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Whoa, you're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
Making a mistake.
Perhaps. But I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
I'll meet you there. Goodbye.
I'll find us another bedroom.
I'm gonna look over in here. Vidario family mansion. Well, I'm just gonna find your key. Let's not waste the lockpicks here. They're a commodity. The key's gonna be somewhere around here somewhere. Thank you. Someone's eating good. I'm eating good.
By tradition, the governor's manor is open to the public.
But a bedroom key. Thank you. Valerian breastplate. You are a medium armor. I will probably just throw you in my vault and never see you again. Bathroom. Cupboards. Crapper. Trash. Garbage. Useless. Random slaughter.
I'm sorry you had to witness that spectacle. Giatta is a spirited animancer, but she can be intolerable at times. Whatever you may think of us, I welcome you to Fior Messiverno.
Never a dull moment.
I miss the days of even-tempered debate and good-natured rivalry. Quilici wants us panicking over what he can't even prove. If there's a threat to Emerald Stair, it's that old man and his fear-mongering.
That'll be my
waste your
choice
time
to
with
make.
it, for your sake.
He reminds me of a lieutenant I served under. Led us into a trap because he wouldn't admit his maps were wrong.
If there's nothing more, I have a city to run.
Did you know that Elder Rosanna has been leaving food out for the deceased?
The short answer is yes, I'm aware. And I've tolerated it, up to a point. We are a community of animancers. Among other things, we have a healthy respect of the dead. I have no wish to anger the departed, but then again, my first responsibility is to the living.
You don't think what she's doing is a problem?
Does what I think matter to you, Envoy?
Not really.
We may not see eye to eye at times, but I respect your honesty. I'll have a word with Rosanna. She's not in trouble, but thanks for your...
Mood in your bedroom. Man ate his hands.
I've got a powerful feeling we weren't supposed to see this.
No darkness. Only color.
All these possible sand boys. I'll probably be wandering around the town for the next 25 minutes.
Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Do animancers have much use for weapons and armor?
Nay, not really. But not all of us in Fjord are animancers, you know. Besides humble craftsmen such as myself, we have the rangers to outfit. Under normal circumstances, I'd not sell to a traveler like yourself. But as I'm sure you've seen, these are not normal circumstances.
So you're not an animancer?
Officially no, but I have been known to dabble with essence infusion here and there. I have one such item for sale, actually. A beautiful maze made of star metal, crafted by the finest smiths of Solaskeep and enchanted by yours truly. It is a wonder to behold. Care to see?
Sure. Ooh. A lot of money. AoE stun.
Welcome to my fine establishment, amico.
I had one job, and I couldn't even do that. But well, I'll be a godlike in the bone and bore. Apologies for the ruckus outside. The animancers never know when to shut their mouths.
If anyone has the quirks, I would know.
Sounds like you've traveled a fair bit. Although even by Fjord standards, tensions are at a breaking point. Except Giata and Quilici, that is. They are the only animancers taking the Dream Scourge seriously.
What do you think?
You see this pub? No one here is an animancer. We are Fjord's labor. Rangers, farmers, and the sentries. We've all heard the rumors from outside. Animals gone mad. Terrors stalking the wilderness day and night.
Stories are true. I've seen the Dream Scourge myself.
Birth's bells, of course. If Emerald Stair runs out of food, we are in dire straits anyway. We've had crops fail before, but never food rations. The governor says it's just a temporary precaution, but I am not buying it. So, we ought to drink while we can. Agreed? Anything I can get you?
You have lockpicks to eat? You do.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Can anything be done?
The Bly thinks I ought to give up a farm.
Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been?
Can I help you?
If I could help myself, do you think I'd be in here? I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate.
About time, what's the matter?
My two youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here.
If you need them found, I'm at your service.
Brasilia.
Their names are Belena and Adalaro. I doubt they'll be apart. They were good rangers once, but since they've caught each other's eye, all they do is sneak off to...
Dip the pen in the inkwell.
I wouldn't have put it that way, but all right.
Well, there's worse places to make the four-legged beast. I promise you that.
New recruits running off with each other? Oh man, this brings me back.
Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and
These two are more than just subordinates to you, aren't they?
Elena's father and I were comrades in arms years ago. When she enlisted, I swore I'd try to keep her safe. That was all. I couldn't even do that.
You don't have to explain yourself. I'd be worried about my charges too.
The last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my mind in here.
Two young Nemdutin wandering out by a river. Consider them found.
What'll it be?
Loot. You eat, bro?
That did not go as I had planned.
What did you think would happen when you confronted him so?
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Hell yeah.
Perhaps
Like Yachty.
show your strength.
You dropped a cabbage in your cupboard. Don't worry, I ate it.
My apologies, Godlike. You happened upon Fior at an inopportune time.
Oh, my elbow.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giata, some manners.
Come on,
if you
Giata.
please.
I thought she was being polite.
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego.
People in power rarely want to hear the truth.
I want to live in his version of Fior Messiverno. But instead, I'm stuck here, in reality.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fior Messiverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
Stuck to your principles is all that matters.
I wish I could take credit for Giata's stubbornness, but she learned that on her own.
Thanks, old man. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want. On my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long.
Hopefully you have a vendetta against it.
In a way, I do. I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you.
Talk about
I
me.
never expected to see an Adiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
When everyone in Nadir hates adamancy.
We will set aside our differences for the greater good, won't we, Giata?
Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days.
Look at it as me, though, some kind of experiment.
Indeed. Some of my colleagues would fight me for the opportunity to study you. I only bring it up because animancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by...
Are you alright?
I just realized this is the end. I have to leave your Messiverno. Forever.
For God's sakes, Quintiletti, there's something encouraging to your people.
You may not see it from this vantage, my dear, but you have outgrown these walls. I always knew this day would come, just as I knew how much it would pain you. Please, just leave. That's all I ask.
Quilici, I will make you proud. I promise.
Once again, you missed the point. You have made me proud, Giada.
Thank you. I'm ready. Well, not ready. We have a few loose ends to tie up first. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the animancers around town, but
Maybe
as
I'll
you can see, I'm an outcast.
maybe I'll have better luck.
I hope so, because we're running out of options. Monto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fjord. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
There's an eclectic bunch of animancers.
No one ever achieved the impossible without being a little unhinged. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much of a hunter. Might want to get extra rations next time we go shopping.
Godlike, Imperial Envoy, Research Assistant. Who knew?
Spirits are truly wonderful. Powerful, self-aware, and reach with insight.
Insight, you say?
Because
Refreshment? The spirits
yeah, for a refreshment.
lifetimes of knowledge.
If you're looking
That killer
for
is thinking sweater
something,
strings, bro.
you have found it. The Gifted Magpie is a house of calm, rational discussion. We have only 2 rules of conduct. Maintain dignity and speak in a soft tone of voice.
That's the opposite of what I heard in the governor's mansion.
Indeed. There is a reason I prefer to keep the doors closed. Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry, and bitter disagreement.
You must see a lot of animancers around here.
Their anxiety keeps me in business. This tea house is where troubled minds come to approach problems from a quieter angle.
Sounds like you're running a public service.
Fior Mesiverno values individualism, but I much prefer to focus on the health of the community. Now, will there be anything else?
Some tea, please. Didn't know that Brit had a crush on you.
What? I mean, I'm sorry. What? Could you possibly elaborate?
I don't know by her shop, very steamy.
Oh no, I mean, oh yes? It's just that these sorts of things happen to other people, but never me. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Marius, any advice?
Get a flute? No one could resist a flute.
It seems I need to gather my wits and figure out what to do next. I have no skill with romance, you see. Oh dear.
Can I order some tea?
Regrettably, we are out
the
of
hell?
tea. My stockpile is exhausted, and the harvest has not kept up with demand. We have other goods for sale, if you care to peruse them.
No tea in a tea house?
Trinkets I have collected over the years. The fields have been unproductive of late, and what grows has not risen to our
Goes
standard.
around, comes
I
around.
am hopeful that this is...
Okay, what do you sell him? Treasure map. My money. The grenades are worth a lot.
Ah.
No, from my end. Okay. I'm bringing you down. The little chunkers. I never heard about you, Palmstone.
At all godlike. I've heard whispers that one of your kind was here in the living lands. It is a pleasure to meet you. In case it wasn't clear, I'm the point of contact for anyone with bounties to turn in. So return to me if you have any to claim.
Sure thing.
Aurat Algori. I hope to see you soon.
Bella de Rhino. It's like a stinking twig. Trentons?
Oh, the Trentons. A bunch of butzos, if you ask me. But they are dangerous, I'll admit. Watch yourself out there.
Old Nuna. Good old bear with Vic.
Be careful with old Nuna. I have a theory that her longevity and hardiness are due to an inordinate suffusion of essence.
Delmgun.
Ah, those Delimgan. They're not evil, it is just in their nature to push back against the expansion of civilization. Still, survival of the fittest and all that, ne?
Felicia's dispatch. Zarps. Alright, couple of thinking nerds. Thank you. Them going in there, boys. I've been in there. Oh, frick.
I was once like you, weird and diseased. Now I'm a different man.
Do you lead into here? You do. Okay, I've been in here. No, I haven't. We're open or closed. What I meant to say was closed. Small book. Marius, Kai, Breezy boy. Letter. Gazuli. Skirt. Sandwich. Empty room. Isong salto. Ouch. Went down here. Still the alleyway over here to go down. Wait, did I go down here?
A moment of your time, my friend. Tell me, what do you know about your soul?
Well, I'm a godlike, so I've got some divine heritage.
Wrong.
Okay.
Your soul is an ancient, wondrous thing, suffused with lifetimes of rich, delicious memory. But it's tired, my friend, heavy with the burden of generations, and too weak to survive another turning of the wheel.
And how much do I pay you to lighten that, my soul?
That's the beauty of it. The first treatments on the house. The moment you entered the city, I calibrated my invention to the highest setting and attuned it to your soul. So tell me, how do you feel? Better already, huh?
My soul feels lighter, as if all my worldly cares have fluttered away.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. From this day forward, your life will be one of bliss and satisfaction. Do remember to tell your friends about all the benefits of animancy. Enjoy your soul.
Thank you, Ona.
Hope you don't listen to those charlatans in the workshop.
You know, we turned down this street. But I want to go down the staircase over here. How's this ranger? Please go no further. Stop where you are. The Castell family laboratory is closed to the public and hazardous delay. Nothing in here is worth dying for. No research are written down. The bit discovered. Only a dumb danger will still be understand which may yet linger even in the absence of life. It's important that you understand my parents were the greatest animators ever lived, and they did not leave this place and the way they entered. What happened to them could happen to you, Giata. I need your basement key. Giata, your basement key. They've gone. They're right here.
I have a lot of I'm
And this is kind of like your workshop, though. Maybe you don't live there. Maybe you live upstairs. Grimoire of the Elements, aka garbage. Order from a friend. Petition to drinks. Upper skit. Liquid. A tanned hide. On all display. Ooh. Wasn't yours, was it?
Isoksa.
And hide. Are you deeper in, or what are you? I think you're just going to the overworld. Okay. I've been everywhere. Anything else in town here? That whatever this is. Seems to be the case. What up, bro?
Oh, I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop.
Yada and I are investigating the Dream Scourge.
Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked.
Maybe I could help you fix it?
Ha! A novel idea, that. What I need is a stronger power source.
Is there any way I could help?
Perhaps, if you can help me find an appropriate battery of essence. I could use a large single block of Atra, but harvesting it is difficult in this
I have one Ardra I can give to you, bro.
Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove.
We're just stating the obvious. We're standing in front of a massive Ardra pillar.
Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Ardragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgon queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgon in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delamgon queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
See what I can do.
Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
Well, let's go. That Atragon's heart isn't gonna yank itself out.
Lockbox. Land of Bavaria. Hello?
What do you think of Giata's theory?
Well, my experiments have been a little unpredictable.
Imp husbandry. Efficacy of imp. Someone has a little fetish.
We should talk, but not here.
Remy not tunic.
I have to do something. I can't let anyone else discover this.
Tablerento sperde.
Ah, Envoy. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now.
Is Monto giving you trouble?
On the contrary, he'd be thrilled if he knew. Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results. And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck?
I see why this is bothering you.
With no consequences, our ambitions will run unchecked. It's too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Athelmir's treatise on Vodka. Perhaps she's right. Maybe Animancy should be reined in.
Flex your muscles and no such thing as too much power.
Ah,
I assumed I was speaking to a colleague. I see I was wrong. But I should double-check my work. There's a chance my research could be flawed. I never forgive myself. I'll run more tests and see where things go.
Whoa! My tanned hide.
The other is help.
No, mister. That wasn't your drink, was it?
This
Excuse me, sir.
You're beginning to sound like Giata.
She understood and listened to me. She might be onto something.
Ado!
Zarbs are reptilian hominids who settle in the west part of Eora, known for worshipping creatures larger than themselves, etc. Dragons, ogres.
Oh, it's you. Leave me alone, alright? I'm not looking for trouble.
I know if you are. I know who you are. You're the stinking priest. What are you doing here by yourself?
If you're here to rob me, forget it. I've got nothing to my name.
Have you fallen on hard times?
Nothing I didn't ask for when I left Paradise. That damn fool Wolf with his head full of visions. When he wanted to resort to violence, I knew I had to leave.
Are you not?
I
What's her
guess
name?
you must have seen something in him I didn't. Hope your mercy doesn't come back to bite ya.
You were brave to stand by your principles.
Maybe I'm brave, maybe I'm stupid. I'll find out eventually. In the meantime, I can sleep at night. Good luck out there. You go your way, I'll go mine.
No, bro, it's up top. Excuse me? Up there? Or am I hearing things? I believe I'm hearing things. That yours? This wall opens. There it is. To the Limmering Merchant. It's all from her? Nope. My eyes.
Isoksan!
You don't think the Clavid... Oh! Envoy! Hello!
Are you sure it's him?
How many other godlike have come through lately? What can we do for you?
I couldn't help but overhear you.
It's a scandal.
It's terrible.
You went in to save the Claviger, didn't you? What did you see?
I fought a bear overtaken by the Stream Scourge.
That's terrible. Thank the gods you survived.
They say your ambassador was standing right by the body. Is that true?
The ambassador was lost as I was.
So, it didn't seem suspicious to you?
No, I think he's chill.
Then you were killed too, though. Oh, that can't be a coincidence.
Isn't this getting a little too far-fetched?
It's all a
that. I'm sure of it. Thanks for stopping by. She'll be chewing on all that for days.
You're a Mezzorvama. Yeah. Apple farm. Man's on fire. Are you okay? This is it for me.
That's more like it. Let me catch my breath. One for you.
See you later. Hey, Redstone.
Hey, over here.
See, we're fine, boys. Don't even worry about it.
Glad that's over.
I had to end the session with a good old camp butchering. And then looting. Come pistol. I reckon. We're okay. I'm gonna save the game. We'll be back with this later in the week. Get me out of here. Use the bathroom.